still in shock that I only need less than 30 games to complete the worldwide set of Nintendo 64 games. These are the Japanese exclusives that I still need on my list here. There are less than 30, and the games that you're about to see, I actually got from a few people, and I paid less than $10 for all of these. So first of all, this is an upgrade. This is pretty much known as the irritating stick game, and they had this on the PlayStation 1. So this one is an upgrade, and I got this from the person who I bought that Hot Wheels PC from. They had this game, they actually had a couple of them, and this is now an upgrade because I only had the cartridge. But this one's actually an interesting game because it's more of like a maze game. You have to like move this dot without touching the sides on these like metal rods. So this is very interesting, and I thought it was a neat little addition just to have it complete in box. Just a little upgrade, and just a game that I have no idea how to pronounce in Japanese, but we'll just go ahead and call this one Irritating Stick. And that's not all, because some of these other games here, I just can't believe I got them. Now this one is just a little throwback to when I went out to Korg's and I saw this Japanese Mario Kart 64 little RC car. This thing is just so neat and so cool, and I'm looking for those like Japanese N64 related items. So this one's really cool because I do have the big box of the Japanese Mario Kart 64. So I can't wait to get this guy displayed with that box, as it has some of like the same, logo and design going on. But that's not all. There are tons of games here that I got from so many great people. So many people in the community came together to help me get more games. Now, not only did I get one of these games right here, I got two of them, and I got them from my good friends. So I'll go ahead and link their channels in the description below. But my friend over at the Buckeye Gamer, she actually went to Japan and picked up a couple titles for me. So, of course, this Pokemon game, this is so amazing to have Pocket Monster Stadium. So this game was pretty much the first of the Pokemon games on the Nintendo 64. This came before Stadium. This was a Japanese exclusive, and I love it because not only is this like before everything else, it doesn't have all 151 Pokemon. I believe it has about like 40 or so, but this is before Pokemon Stadium. You need a transfer pack with green version if you want to continue playing some of this stuff, but they don't have every single option. There's like this battle mode, so you have like the tournament mode, and you have these 8 trainers that you have to go up against. But it's really crazy to see that with this particular game. And now I have 2 copies of it from Buckeye Gamer and from my buddy Retro Kart Collector. Now she also hooked me up with this game. So these are fantastic games. This is actually a version of the English game. So this is one of the Gomon games. And this one is pretty much like Gomon's Great Adventure. So you have this 2D platformer, a fantastic game. Just so much going on with it, and it's really a fun time. So I'll have to get this displayed next to my North American version because I love those label variants. I love how cool these look, and just an awesome gift that she was able to hook me up with and add them into my collection behind me. So I'll have to get these on display. And then of course, like I already mentioned, I have my buddy Retro Kart Collector. Definitely wanted to hook me up, but he got me a few more games as well. Now, along with a Japanese version of a North American game, here we have like this Bomberman 64. So this will be a really cool comparison to have, side by side. But I just love the Bomberman games. So this one he also got me, and I just love how this has, the variety between single player, multiplayer. I like how it has like a great balance. And I love how you have these different bomb types. There's tons of exploration in this game. It's so much fun, and like the camera looks great as you're playing through this game. So that is definitely a must-have. So I'm really excited to have that one in the collection as well. And then these 2 games he also picked up. We have Derby Stallion 64, which we didn't really get that type of stuff over here, but this is a derby simulation game. So I like how it has like this realistic look. You have these like polygon style horses. You get to train, breed, race the horses. So there's like a lot going on, but it was definitely popular over in Japan. Then of course J-League Live 64, which is very similar to our FIFA game. So this one's not really a great game. The music is a little bit different compared to our FIFA Soccer 64, but it's kind of something of more of like a reskin. So I always find that interesting when I see these Japanese titles. I saw that a lot with the Super Nintendo or Super Famicom games as I was going through and looking them up. But then I actually picked up these at a couple different conventions. This one I got for free at Game Jam South. This awesome person was there giving out some of these Japanese exclusive games. He came straight from Japan and was just having these like wonderful prices. I've never seen anything like it before. And this is a part of the Doraemon series. So this is very popular over in Japan, and I have the others in the set. So this is really cool to go ahead and complete the series. So just a fantastic, TV show and manga that's very popular over in Japan. And pretty much as Demon King shows up and you go on an adventure. So this is like one of those 3D platformers, and it looks very interesting. Now we have these games that I spent less than $10 on. So here we have SimCity 2000. So this is a very interesting game. It says it's new, Nintendo 64 version. Now I love, these SimCity games, but this one was just very different. So it's pretty much like, in Japan, they made it have like this whole city. You have mini games in there. One of them's like this cool shoot 'em up, but you're pretty much the mayor of the city and you get to watch the city grow. You get to build it up, but it's rather difficult to control because I'd rather play it on the PC, as these controls are a little bit harder to move through. And of course I've played something similar to this on the N64DD, so that disk drive. But there's something about like space taking over and like aliens and some other things. So that is very odd in this particular game. So it just feels like they kind of like threw all this stuff together and they hope for the best. Now on to this one. This is a fishing game over in Japan. So this works perfect if you have the fishing controller. I know I have quite a few, and I think I have more so for the PS1. But this is like this bass fishing. Not sure how to pronounce the rest. But it's from the same person that made Earthbound. But it's nothing like that. So the characters look off compared to the background and the environment. Just kind of seems like they like plastered this different style of characters and they went all out on the backgrounds. So I thought that was odd that they kind of did that, because I feel like this game wasn't 100% polished, or maybe it was, made to look like that. And then we have this game. This is like the Game of Life. So instead of our Game of Life, the board game that we play, this was very popular in Japan. So you get to start out by creating a character, which is pretty cool. And they have so many different options. But you start off a lot younger. And there are like these really odd cutscenes in this game. And you have like these happy, like joy and sad spaces. There are different chance cards. But you start off a lot younger. You don't start off as an adult like we're used to in our board game. But this is just another one of those board games that you have on the Nintendo 64. So I cannot thank my buddies enough, Buckeye Gamer and Retro Kart Collector, for taking the time to look for me, for all of these games, just trying to help me get a little bit closer to completing the worldwide set of Nintendo 64 games. This is something that I'm so excited to do because I'm learning about so many great games and discovering some that are actually a lot of fun. Whether they're super cheap, super common, some of these are a great time. So this is just another set, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Cannot believe that you could still pick up some games super cheap. Some of these are just a few dollars a piece, but the deals are out there. And going for this worldwide set, having less than 30, that is just so beyond crazy. And then finding all these like weird, cool promotional items along the way. So can't wait to see what's next out there. And what are your favorite Japanese exclusive Nintendo 64 games? So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.